Shalom Alechem. Baruch Hashem. It is the morning of the 3rd of Kislev in the year 5777. And we are on the path of righteousness in the valley of deep, dark shadows. In where else? You come live to us today at the confluence in the drain of Hell's Canyon. And there we have the Clearwater River. And right there we have the Snake River as it follows down the valley.
Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Hu Atah Yahweh HaMevorach. Baruch Atah Yahweh Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Baruch Atah Yahweh Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Bikar B'nu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Yahweh Noten HaTorah.
Bereshith, chapter 25, and we will be reading from the Torah parashah of TolDoth. So, we will pick it up. And this is the genealogy of Yitzhak, Abraham's son. Abraham brought forth Yitzhak. And Yitzhak was 40 years old when he took Rivkah as his wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Armenian, and Padam Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean. And Yitzhak prayed to Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh answered his prayer, and Rivkah his wife conceived, and within her the children struggled together. And she said, As all is right, why am I this way? So she went and asked Yahweh, and Yahweh said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples shall be separated from your body, and 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. And when the days were filled for her to give birth, and see, twins were in her womb, and the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. So they called his name Esau. And afterwards his brother came out, with his hand holding on Esau's heel. So his name was called Jacob, and Yitzhak was 60 years old when she bore them. And the boys grew up, and Esau became a man knowing how to hunt, a man of the field, while Jacob was a complete man dwelling in tents. And Jacob Esau loved, because he ate the wild game, but Rivkah loved Jacob. And Jacob cooked stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, Please feed me with some stew, red stew, for I am weary. That is why his name is called Edom. But Jacob said, Sell your birthright today. And Esau said, Look, I am going to die, so why should I have birthright? Then Jacob said, Swear to me today. And he swore to him, and sold his birthright to Jacob. Jacob then gave Esau bread, stew of lentils, and he ate and drank, and rose up and left. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Bereshith, chapter 26, Genesis 26. Parashah TolDot. And there was scarcity of food in the land, besides the first scarcity of food, which was in the days of Abraham. And Yitzhak went to Abimelech, sovereign of the Philistines, in Gerar. And Yahweh appeared to him, and said, Do not go down to Mitzrayim. Live in the land which I command you. Sojourn in the land, and I shall be with you and bless you, for I will give all these lands to your seed. And I shall establish the oath with which I swore to Abraham your father, and I shall increase your seed like the stars of the heaven, the Shamayim, and I shall give these lands to your seed, and to your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice, and guarded my charge, my command, my laws, my Torot. And Yitzhak dwelt in Gerar. And when the man of the place asked about his wife, he said, She is my sister. For he was afraid to say, She is my wife, thinking lest the men of this place should kill me for Rebekah, because she is good looking. And it came to be that when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, sovereign of the Philistines, looked through the window, and he watched and saw Yitzhak playing with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Yitzhak and said, See, truly she is your wife. So how could you say, She is my sister? And Yitzhak said to him, Because I said, Lest I die on account of her. That Abimelech said, What is it to you? Have you done to us? One of the people almost lain with your wife, and you would have been brought guilt on us. And Abimelech commanded all the people, saying, He who touches this man's wife shall certainly be put to death. And Yitzhak sowed in the land, and reaped in that same year 100-fold. And Yahweh blessed him, and the man grew great, and went forward until he became great. And he came to have possession of flocks, possessions of herds, and of great body of servants. And the Philistines envied him, and the Philistines stopped up all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, and filled them with dirt. And Abimelech said to Yitzhak, Go away from us, for you are much mightier in than we. So Yitzhak went there and pitched his tent in the wadi of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Yitzhak dug again the wells of water, which they had dug in the days of Abraham his father. The Philistines had stopped them up, and after the death of Abraham, and he called them by the names which his father had called them. But then, when Yitzhak's servants dug in the wadi, and found the well of running water there, and the herdsmen of Gerar strove with Yitzhak's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esech, because they strove there. And they dug another well, and they strove over that one too, and he called that name Sitnah. And he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not strive over. And he called its name Rehoboth, and said, For now Yahweh has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And from there he went up to Beersheba. And Yahweh appeared to him that same night, and said, I am the Elohim of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you, and I shall bless you, and increase your seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he built a slaughter place there, and called on the name of Yahweh, and pitched his tent there. And the servants of Yitzhak dug a well there, and Abimelech came to him from Gerar, with Uhazah, one of his friends of the Pekol, the commander of the army. And Yitzhak said to them, Why have you come to me, seeing that you have hated me, and have sent me away from you? But they said, We have clearly seen that Yahweh is with you. And we said, Please, let there be an oath between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, that you do no evil to us, as we have not touched you, and we have done only good towards you, and have sent away in peace. Shalom. Now you are blessed by Yahweh. And he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. And they rose early in the morning, and swore an oath with one another. And Yitzhak let them go, And they departed from him in shalom, in peace. And on that same day it came to be that the servants of Yitzhak came and informed him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, We have found water. So he called it Sheba. Therefore, by the name he of the city is Beersheba to this day. And when Esau was 40 years old, he took as wives Uhidith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elkam the Hittite. And they were bitterness of spirit, and Yitzhak and Ribkah. Sheet 27. And it came to be, when Yitzhak was old, and his eyes were too dim to see, that he called Esau, his elder son, and said to him, My son. And he answered him, Here am I. And he said, See, now I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now please take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field, and hunt wild game for me, and make me a tasty dish, such as I love, and bring it to me to eat, in order that my being does bless you before I die. And Ribkah heard when Yitzhak spoke to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt wild game, and to bring it. And Ribkah spoke to Jacob her son, saying, See, I heard your father speak to Esau your brother, saying, Bring me wild game, and make me a tasty dish to eat, and bless you in the presence of Yahweh before my death. And now, my son, listen to my voice, according to what I command you. Please go to the flock, and bring me 2 choice young goats, and make a tasty dish from them for your father, such as he loves. And you shall take to your father, and he shall eat it, and he shall bless you before his death. And Jacob said to Ribkah his mother, See, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am smooth-skinned man. What if my father touches me? Then shall I be like a deceiver in his eyes, and shall bring a curse on myself, and not a blessing. But his mother said to him, Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go to them for me. And he went and fetched them, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made a tasty dish, such as his father loved. And Ribkah took the best garment of her elder son Esau, for wear her with her in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the young goat on his neck, and the smooth part of his neck. So she gave the tasty dish and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he went to his father and said, Father. And he said, Hineni, here am I. Who are you, my son? And Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you said to me. Please rise, sit, and eat my wild game, so that you being might bless me. But Yitzhak said to his son, How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because Yahweh, your Elohim, brought it to me. And Yitzhak said to Jacob, Please come near, so that I feel you, my son, whether you are truly my son Esau or not. And Jacob went near Yitzhak, his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him, for the hands were hairy like his brother's Esau's hands, and he blessed him. And he said, Are you truly my son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and let me eat my son's wild game, so that my being might bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Yitzhak said to him, Come near and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled, and the smell of his garments, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is like the smell of the field which Yahweh has blessed. And Elohim gave you of the dew of heavens, of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let arise, go to Padan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take a wife for yourself from there, from the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. And El Shaddai bless you, and fruitful, and increase you, and you shall become an assembly of people, and give you the blessing of Abraham to your seed with you so that you inherit the land of your sojourning, which Elohim Tezavot gave to Abraham. So Yitzhak sent Jacob away, and he went to Padam Aram, to Laban son of Bethuel, the Aramean, the brother of Ribkah, the mother of Jacob and Esau. And Esau saw that Yitzhak had blessed Jacob and sent him away from Padam Aram to take himself a wife from there. And that as he blessed him, he gave him a command, saying, "Do not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan." And that Jacob had obeyed his father and his mother, and had gone to Padam Aram. So Esau saw the daughters of Canaan did not please his father Yitzhak. And Esau went to Yishmael, and took Mahalath, the daughter of Yishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Naboth, to be his wife, besides the wives he had. And that concludes the Torah parashah of Toldot, from the confluence of the Clearwater River and the Snake in the bottom of Hell's Canyon. Shalom. Yivareka Yahweh v'yishmareka, Ya'er Yahweh panav alecha, v'huneka v'yasem lecha. Shalom.